Here are the tools required to install the Steeda Maverick lowering springs. Start by removing these metal clips holding the cowl in place. Lift up and you can remove the bolt for this plastic cover. Remove the second bolt and you can remove the cover from the strut tower. Get the front in the air and remove the wheel. There is a speed sensor wire that you can unclip from the strut, and a bolt holding the brake line. Hold the stud with the T40 Torx and remove the 18mm nut, securing the end link to the strut. The two nuts holding the strut to the spindle can be removed now. Reverse the direction that the nuts are on the bolts. Use this as you hammer out the bolts so that you do not damage the threads. With the spindle disconnected, the end link should be able to come out now. Back up top, there are three 13mm bolts that hold the strut in place. Hold the strut as you remove the last bolt. Get your pre-assembled struts lined up in the wheel well. Get the bolts in up top to hold it in place. Go ahead and tighten them down. Torque these bolts to 22 foot-pounds. Reconnect the sway bar end link to the strut, as well as the spindle. Get the bolts in and tighten them down. These bolts will be torqued to 103 foot-pounds. Tighten the end link nut down. Torque the end link nut to 81 foot-pounds. Don't forget to clip the speed sensor wire and brake line to the strut. Now for the rear, unclip this brake line from the rear lower control arm. Then break loose the two bolts holding that control arm in place. Remove the outer bolt first. You will need a jack to lift the arm up as it is under tension from the spring. Do the same for the bolt holding in the rear shock. Then lower the jack slowly and the arm should pop loose. Now you can pry the lower control arm down to make room to remove the rear spring. Up top, unbolt the upper shock mount and you can remove the shock. We're going to install our new Lobo shocks in the rear. These bolts are torqued to 81 foot-pounds. The rear springs are different. The left-hand wound spring will be installed on the passenger side. Grab the upper spring isolator and line it up with the end of the spring that has tighter coils. Then you can bring it into place. Make sure the lower isolator is lined up as you bring the control arm back up into place. Get the bolt for the rear shock in first. The nut with the shorter tab will hold the bolt in place. Because there is a bearing in the knuckle, this part can be a bit difficult to line everything up. A screwdriver and a pry bar can help bend the control arm and bearing at the right angle to get the bolt in. Once lined up, you can get the nut on and tighten it down. The shock will be torqued to 81 foot-pounds. Because of that bearing, we need to torque the outer arm at the right height. Jack stands can help with this. These bolts will also be torqued to 81 foot-pounds. Once all 4 corners are done, get in alignment and your installation is complete.